What's up guys, SkyKevin here. And today I wanted to talk about preparations for the Rarity update and base rating. So, let's get started. So I haven't really made a lot of these update videos because I find that very often by the time I actually get them done and out, the update has already happened and everyone's enjoying the game. They gave us this update on Thursday, September 8th, and they talk about walkers, melee, and base rating, as well as a few other things that they're going to add. So let's get into walkers to start. They did a lot of rebalancing with the wing HP, the leg HP, as well as how the hull HP scales off of the different upgrades when you go up the tiers on the cargo list. They've decided to make these different tier upgrades for the walkers no longer take ceramic and iron as resources to do, so now you can probably count on them being much more valuable but obtainable resources. On top of that, probably one of the best choices that they made was to make walkers unlockable at their default half HP. I'm not sure if I said this in any of my previous videos, but I've always had the thought that it's much better to make walkers unlocking a lot easier and make zeroing them a little bit harder. Now let's say you have a walker that has 20,000 HP. If you do 5,000 HP of damage, that will unlock it. Whereas if its normal base white quality HP is only 10,000, then going down to 5,000 in that case will also unlock it. To me, it just makes it so that people will be less likely to completely zero you and more likely just to unlock your walker and then move to the next person. Also, when it comes to PvP, it'll also make it a lot more balanced in that you just have to do the same amount of damage to the other walker in order to unlock it. Moving on to melee, they completely rebalanced all weapons and armor. They lowered the use of stamina on hits, they added stamina consumption for holding attacks down, and they removed nomad cloth from all the bone weapon recipes. Essentially, this was a full balance change based on what they've done before, and they finally made it so that different types of weapons will be more advantageous about different types of armor. I actually was saying they should have done this back in season 3 or 4 when I was talking about the different crazy amounts of weapon damage that comes from bone spike swords. So I'm really glad that they went into the details of actually balancing these out, and it might not be perfect right away, but at least it's something to start with. And base rating. I am so excited for this. Obviously, if you've seen some of my previous videos, then you know that I am a big fan of turning this on and getting started. Now, one of the things that they did in this patch was they increased the HP on all the base pieces. Now, different walls have almost over 40,000 HP. A lot of the walls didn't actually heal up, so they had to do some sort of rejig thing to stop people's doors from being able to be opened. But I will point out what they do mention, that most ammo available to players at this time will deal damage to reinforced armor, and it'll be between 1 to 5% per hit. And of course, this is still very subject to change, but I am very happy with that kind of base rating mechanic. No longer are we going to have to sit there and watch fire arrows burn a wall down. You're actually going to be able to just start leveling the base using all the weapons on your ship. Now, I'm sure they're going to balance it so that it's not as overpowered as you think it might be. AFK base rating is going to be an issue because there really is nothing to stop that from happening right now. But I really like the idea that you can actually siege a base down, kind of similar to how you might do that in Rust or another game. It's not so much a matter of using Hullbreaker Scattershot or some other thing to break that one wall that you're trying to get through, and now you have the option of just destroying all the foundations of a base if it means successfully getting inside. I think that finally does allow a lot of playability in having a forward operating base and making sure that it's defended properly. Some of the other final changes they made were adding 2 new rigs for the dinghy, one that has a full combat hardpoint on one side and one that's more for traveling. They increased the durability of all repair hammers, added brittlebone boots and gloves that were missing from the set, increased javelin and heavy javelin stack size from 5 to 20 to make it easier to carry. They rebalanced the way resources drop from rupus, so now resources drop more rarely but at higher amounts and better types to make sure that the loot drops are valuable regardless of the random chance. What that means is, if you kill a rupu now, it could have a stack of 20 rope on it instead of just 2. They made toxic water actually look toxic, so it's more obvious in the game. They completely removed the modules container from the walker, as well as removed the ability to spend flots to level up the walker. And that's about all the changes we've seen so far. They've said next week that they're going to release this patch, so I suggest everyone gets ready because I think it's going to be a lot of fun once this does come out. That's it for today. I hope you liked this quick video just giving you an update on what's going on. I'd like to do more short videos like this one just to talk about some of the things going on in the game and give more of my opinion on what I think they should do going forwards. If you liked it or disagree with me, leave a comment down below. I always make sure that I respond to all of them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.